Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a brilliant story for you here today titled Ex-Girlfriend Begs for a Second Chance After Discarding Her Boyfriend for Chad. So here we have yet another woman who thought, you know what, I can do better than my boyfriend, okay? And women do this in marriages as well. Long-term marriages, short-term marriages, long-term relationships, short-term ones. Women are out here trading up men, quote-unquote trading up, because they think that we are disposable. But you know what? More and more these days, guys, it's not actually working out for the women. And they end up crawling back and saying that they're so sorry and things like this, but it's too little, too late. So let's jump into this story here and see what exactly happened. And guys, before we do, if you have any comments, if you have seen this happen to other women, or maybe this is your ex-girlfriend, you know, make sure you drop a comment, leave your thoughts or any situations that you personally have been through. Let's jump into it. I, a 26-year-old dude, was with my ex-girlfriend who's 25 for just under 3 years. We met in college, clicked almost immediately, and moved in together after graduation. He says, I was working full-time as a UX designer for a mid-sized tech company, and she was a barista who was figuring out what she wanted to do long term. I supported her emotionally, financially, and with whatever future that she wanted to chase. Now, here's the problem, guys. You know, this sounds all great on paper. The man wants to be loving and supportive. He's got a way better job than she does, I assume, because he's working for a tech company. Meanwhile, she's working as a barista. So I'm assuming that he's out earning her significantly. And, you know, dudes, they're like, well, what's wrong with it? I should provide for the woman. That's what I was taught to do. You know, if you're a good man, you provide for your woman, you love her, you do whatever. But here's the thing, guys. Men get used when they do this these days, unfortunately. I see a lot of women complaining, okay, that men never put in effort, that we're not traditional anymore, right? And the fact of the matter is, men oftentimes can't do these things anymore because they are punished for doing it. Women leave and they try and trade up for another guy whenever they get bored, or another guy comes along with more money. Or, you know, the dude will get married to the woman and she'll try and take all of his assets and his possessions. So dudes just kind of stopped doing this. And this is a great example of why men stop doing this. He says, our relationship was steady, maybe too steady in her eyes. She started talking about wanting more quote-unquote adventure. That's always a great sign, isn't it? And feeling like we'd settled down too early. I thought it was just a quarter-life crisis kind of thing. I told her we could travel more, try new things, and shake up the routine, but I didn't realize she wasn't talking about life. She was talking about me. Yeah, so whenever women, that's true, okay? Whenever women have this issue with their life being at the stage that it's in, what it really means is, hey, I just want to return to the streets where I can hook up with random dudes because either A, I didn't get that opportunity, or B, I'd like to go back there because it's more enjoyable than spending time with you. And this is something that a lot of women would rather do, guys. They would rather go out there and be, you know, like just a hookup to random men than actually have a committed relationship because it's too boring. That's the fact of the matter. It really is that way. It's very sad stuff, guys. You know, but women, you've got to understand, guys, women are strong and empowered, okay? This is very empowering. This is what they wanted. You don't need no man. You can do whatever it is that you want with no social repercussions. Go out there and hook up with these guys, and I will see you at 35 when I'm making a video laughing about it. Let's continue. So she met him through, so this is another guy. She met him through a mutual friend at some rooftop party. Again, always a great sign when your girl's going to rooftop parties, guys. Let's call him Jason. Jason was everything I wasn't, at least on the surface. Extroverted, flashy, always talking about some new crypto project that he was launching. All right, guys, so this guy's like a rug puller or something, you know? Okay, fantastic. He drove a leased BMW and acted like he was the main character everywhere he went. I noticed the change in her almost instantly. She started dressing differently. She started critiquing our weekends as too routine. She started spending more nights out networking. Is that what the kids are calling it these days? You know, networking. I'm just out. Yeah, she's networking with random dudes at 2 in the morning. A very interesting choice of words. Very interesting. One night, I asked her directly if she was seeing someone else. She got defensive and accused me of being insecure. 2 weeks later, she told me she needed to quote unquote explore who she really was, says that she felt suffocated and wanted to feel alive again. 3 days later, she was tagged in a story at a beach house with Jason. Yep. You know, this sounds, guys, I'm not even shocked anymore at this point, right? Because this does not surprise me. It really doesn't. I believe these articles are based off of Reddit stories that have been told previously. But they do not surprise me whatsoever, because this happens to men all of the damn time. It really does. Men get substituted out. They get traded in for the new and exciting guy. And when the exciting guy doesn't want her anymore, they come crawling back crying about how they regret it. I mean, it happens over and over again. So she's out seeing this guy because she wants to explore who she really was. He says, I'll be honest, it crushed me. So blah, blah, blah. Let's fast forward. I focused on myself. I got back into the gym, not to impress anyone, but to rebuild my own self-worth. Great stuff. I always like it when I see that dudes are getting in the gym. He says, I took a solo trip out west, hiked for a week without service, and came back with a completely different mindset. I poured myself into my work, and within 6 months, I landed a promotion and a significant raise. So it sounds like this guy's doing well for himself. During that time, he also started journaling, reading again, and reconnecting with old friends, the kind of people who actually valued me for who I was. It didn't take long for word to get around. Jason wasn't some brilliant entrepreneur. He was flipping NFTs and living off of borrowed money. He bounced around social circles, had no real direction, and couldn't stay in one relationship for longer than a season. Her Instagram turned from bikini pictures and crypto clout captions to passive-aggressive quotes about healing and self-love. She started liking my posts again. Then came the follow requests and then the messages. You shouldn't have accepted the request, my friend. He says it started with the hey, then I ignored it. Then I've been thinking about you. I didn't realize how good I had it. And then a wall of text apologizing, admitting she left thinking I'd chase after her, that she thought I'd fight to get her back. This is always really stupid, by the way, guys. Like, you'll have women who are like, oh, I thought he would fight for me. What a stupid sentence. Like, can we just take a moment to appreciate how stupid it is that a man has to fight in order to keep you in a relationship? This is such a disgusting idea, guys. It really is. This kind of reminds me of the women who say things such as you know, I want a man to put me in my place, right? Or I want to, like, men need to be looking for a challenge. Men aren't looking for a challenge in their wife or girlfriend. We don't want someone who we have to, you know, make feminine. All of these masculine women out here, man, they're saying things like, oh, I need a man that allows me to be feminine. Here's the thing. Men don't want to date and try and transform masculine women. In the same way, I am sure that feminine women probably don't want to date feminine dudes that they have to make into masculine men. It makes no sense. Why would a straight woman, for example, want to date a feminine man? And yet, when it's the reverse, men are expected to do it. We're just expected to, like, you know, tame women as if they're wild beasts. I don't want to. Who wants to date a beast? Goodness me, man. Anyway, that she thought I'd fight to get her back, that Jason wasn't who she thought that he was, and he treated her like she was disposable. Wow, what a surprise. She even admitted that she thought by trading boring and stable for exciting and risky, she'd find something better, but instead she found herself alone with fewer real friends and no one to talk to at the end of the night. What could I even say? That I was doing better without her? That I had no interest in going back to someone who didn't value me when it counted? I didn't reply, and I didn't need to. Sometimes silence says more than any response ever could. I agree. I don't even think that you should have accepted this woman's ability to send you messages in the first place. Just let her sit in, like, the requested thing, you know? He says, I've been seeing someone new for a little while now. She's thoughtful, honest, and doesn't play games. We take walks together and talk about real things. There's no show, no performance, just connection. My ex is still watching from the sidelines. I see the views on my stories, the occasional like, the late night message that I never open. but it's too late. So hopefully this next woman doesn't screw him over and do the exact same thing. But unfortunately, that is the risk that you always seem to run as a man in the modern day dating world. Guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.